Have you ever been paid
Let's do it.
to exaggerate, Trap Lord Ross? We trying to get out the ghetto, brother.
Never been
Hey,
paid
listen.
to exaggerate.
People like you so infatuated with our culture and the criminal element of it. They paying us. We trying to get out the ghetto, homie. You don't think we'll put a little cap on it to come out the ghetto? You nigga like you obsessed with me. I can sell you any goddamn thing if I'm King Von. You don't think I'm gonna put a little something on it?
Von really did it, and everyone said he was real.
Trap Lord Ross started his YouTube journey around 2015, but was recently boosted into the limelight after his documentary about King Von, titled Rap's First Serial Killer. The video stole the show, attracting viral fame, harsh criticisms, and even death threats. So today, we're gonna break down the mixed opinions, the controversial interviews, the checks and disses, and a lot of the hate that Trap Lord Ross has seen since releasing the King Von documentary. Rap's First Serial Killer, YouTube, 2023. It's no big surprise that Trap Lord Ross has achieved massive success since releasing this video. The guy is a whiz when it comes to research and analysis, and has been putting out quality work from his early days on YouTube. From a journalist standpoint, he was flawless with this video and the work that he put into it. The view count alone is proof in the pudding. He released the video last year in April, but 2 days later, it was flagged down by YouTube while sitting at 711,000 views. Whatever the reason might have been, Trap Lord Ross didn't sulk on it too long. He edited the video, and in a few days, it was back up and took off again. The documentary now has over 12 million views, 201,000 likes, and a handful of death threats.
Right. Well, you said you started to get depressed by the death threats and the hate.
A lot of Chicago guys saying they were going to kill me. Obviously, Von's A&R. He ain't really a threat, but like, you know, O-Block guys saying they were going to get up with me, and you know, I get DM death threats all the time. I don't know about you, but people saying they're going to kill me all the time.
Yeah, every so often.
I turned off my DMs recently, but like, it was depressing. It was depressing as well, because it's like, I didn't think the Von thing was going to be that big either. Like, honestly, I know it seems like crazy to say in hindsight now, but like, the days of before I was dropping that, I was thinking like, bro, are people really going to want to hear 3.5 hours of King Von? Like, this might flop. I've spent 2-3 months on this project. People might not rock with this. Fortunately they did, but I could have gone either way. I was like, are people going to really even care that? People really going to think much of it? And it, you know, it got out of control, and it did make me depressed, because I just felt really down about the fact that, like, as a journalist, I put my all into this project, and I felt, to be honest, like it was my most popular thing. So realistically, in the end, it's a W, and it's like I think it's a great summarization of like what I can do as a journalist. But it just felt tough that it just caused such an avalanche of hate and death threats that I just wasn't prepared to deal with. And it definitely got me down and affected me mentally in a way that like I wasn't expecting. You know, that's difficult. But then being a content creator, it's got its pitfalls, man. It's not always going to be a walk in the park.
You're always going to get that backlash. Like, why are you giving this person a platform? Why are you talking about this? You don't have the right to talk about it based on your skin color or your background or whatever. But it's like, yo, I'm going to talk about what I'm going to talk about. And if it really is a real story, now, if it's fake, then yeah, I get it. But if it's real and this is the actual person involved, and if they've done their prison time or if they were cleared because of self-defense, I'm going to let them tell their story. And I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. You know, for example, when I interviewed 1090 Jake, he said, you deserve an award for the work that you've done.
Yeah,
you know,
shout out to 1090
he said
Jake.
He went through it and it all seems to check out on his end, and he's the
stamp
guy.
He's the stamp man.
Just like any rise to fame story, there will be mixed opinions on both sides of the fence, and a lot of the critics are actually just biased opinions. Trap Lord Ross is skilled with his mind and his pen, and the confidence he has in these interviews shows this. When you put as much work and effort into something as he did with the King Von documentary, you become a much harder target for the haters coming at you.
When Von was alive, all anyone wanted to talk about was Von is the realist. Von really about what he says. Von the realist. Von really did this. And so for everybody to kind of come out now after I've analyzed his lyrics and say it's all cap, it just to me seems really disingenuous.
No Jumper, November 2023. We all know Sharp from the No Jumper podcast. He's hard to miss and has been on the show for the past year or so. When Trap Lord Ross got the green light to be featured on the show, Sharp took this as his time to try and bring the guy down, alongside guest Hellcat.
You know, Sharp and them don't respect what you do because
I respect you as a man
Because I don't know, you could be a good family man. You could take care of a lot of business in your actual life. And I applaud you for that. But I just kind of find it hard that, they never really like been in street politics or ever like really got outside and seen what's going on. To make some of these in-depth documentaries is wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would respect it if like you even been like, yeah, I didn't come from that, but I get out here and I get into the wave with people. Like, I get to see what's going on. People can see. Go ahead.
Is there a difference between his documentaries and Flacco's documentaries? Because neither one of them...
No, it's all similar.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, same page. Okay, same page.
I throw them both in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it's hard to respect somebody's opinion, because we could just call it opinions or theories or hypotheticals, whatever, right? It's hard to respect them when somebody ain't never came from that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't never really got to see where mother going hungry and why they even got a trap. Do you even know what trap means? And you got trap lord and your mother ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit matters to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Trap. What trap means, been doing that shit for a long time. People get killed over it. People lose their families. People go to jail. It's a lot of things that happen behind it. I'm just gonna say, if you're gonna make them type of in-depth documentaries on me, get your mother ass outside, bro. Get outside and see what's going on. That way you can put a real insight to it and not just be like the rest of the critics and try to gather up information wherever you can get it from and place it there. Like anybody else telling the story, get out there and see what it is.
How does that make you feel that Sharp don't respect your craft?
Well,
he
you know
respect
what?
you as a man, but not as your
It's
your
not
craft.
that I don't respect his craft. I don't respect what he's putting out because it's not really him. He don't know. He ain't never came from that shit. He don't even know what that shit feel like. Boy, that shit full of a lot of pain.
Obviously, this type of attitude was expected from Sharp, and Trap Lord Ross was ready for it. He patiently waited for the host to finish his viewpoint.
Do you think about Von's kids gotta watch the documentary one day?
Well, the thing is, it's like Von's kids have got to listen to Von's music where he's talking about he's got 7 bodies already, right? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but like, really, like, my thing is, like, I kind of respect where you're coming from, Sharp, because I don't disagree with you. Like, I don't claim that I'm from the streets. Like, I don't claim...
I know you don't.
I don't present myself like, yo, I'm from Chicago and I really know what's going on in Chicago from being involved in that. Like, my perspective, and I feel like where I'm trying to come from, is truly as like a fan of rap music. So like with the Von documentary, like I didn't set out to be like, yo, I'm gonna put dirt on Von's name because I don't like Von or anything like that. Like, I really approached that documentary from the perspective of like, I'm a fan of Von's music. I done heard every Von lyric there is, every Von feature. Like, I've been a super fan of Von from back when he was alive doing his thing, right? So like for me, my thing is, it's like, if these songs, like, Von is a Billboard charting artist, okay? He's a mainstream artist. Like, he don't come from the streets and the most, dangerous, difficult background that you could possibly imagine, but he actually made it to the point where he's making songs on the Billboard charts. And so for me, it's like, I don't claim to be from the streets, but I am a fan, and like, I'm good at research. Like, I don't claim to be in the streets with the gangs, but I do claim to be like, if it's Google, I'm gonna find some shit on Google that the next person might not be able to find out, right?
Google, bro. Get out in the streets and find out. Go get around some of the people he was actually around. Go be around them. Try to get around his mom, like try to get around some of his family members. Try to go more in depth. Anybody can hop on Google. My son can hop on Google and type in what happened. What do they feel about Von?
His videos are clearly based on some super tight research. Investigative journalism is what we call this. There's a big difference, in my opinion, of the work that is done by Trap Lord Ross compared to DJ Vlad. Sharp had a good point about getting into the streets and trying to get close to the story, but honestly, it's a little out of reach for a dude that doesn't even live in the country. Trap Lord Ross wasn't fazed though, and he continued to keep the hosts on their toes. He shuts them down so many times. It's pretty hilarious, actually.
Did any of that money that you made go to Von's family?
Well, did any of the money that Von's made like go to the victims of the people that he allegedly killed?
That ain't what I meant. We're not talking about that.
No,
We're
but
talking
why
about
should
the
it?
money
Why
that
should
you made off of his name?
But why should I? But the money that I made is from the research that I did about Von. Like, there's a million videos about Von. This is journalism. It's
Is
like
that a no?
But, no, hell no. Like, why is it my responsibility? Why is it my responsibility?
I don't feel like
So my thing is, like, I'm in pursuit of the truth, right? And yeah, you're right. Like, we might never know 100% definitively true whether or not Von killed those people. But at the same time, like, I'm looking for the truth. I'm looking to get as close as possible by looking at the tweets, the lyrics, the police reports, to get as close as possible to the truth. Because why not?
Is to be around people that know him.
But the thing is, bro,
his sister is
That's
his
getting
mom.
intimate with
Who
you.
knows Von more than Von?
His kid's mom is dirt.
let's be real though. Let's be real.
No, but good.
Who
point.
knows Von more than Von?
That's
So
a great ass point. Who
yeah.
knows Von more than Von? And guess what? That died with that man.
But
Rest
Von
in
said he
peace.
did it though.
We got his tweets and his lyrics. He said Von said he did it, bro.
Yeah.
When Von was alive, the whole thing was Von is not capping. He really is about this stuff, and like this stuff really happened. This is the thing. I feel like you got to remember. It's like, don't you feel like it's kind of disrespectful for you to deny like these people that actually got killed? Like these are real people who died, and their families are looking for answers.
Yeah.
And by
this was
pretending
2012
that
though.
Von
Sounds
was
like
like,
the police
what do
have
you-
done a horrible job then.
I do agree with that.
Let's blame
I agree
them.
with. I actually agree with that fully,
Come on, bro.
bro. Chicago police aren't doing a good job. Like, let's.
Bro,
At this point, Sharp and Hellcat start scrambling, trying to reach for whatever they can to make TRL look like a fool. But the homie knows what he's talking about through and through, and he honestly handles them like a pro. To me, it looks like they don't have a problem with the content. Honestly, it sounds like they didn't even watch the video.
Can we say this though real
you
quick
ever,
though?
Have you ever trapped
Sure.
in your life?
I can't say I've ever trapped.
So
All
that's
right,
a no.
Ross.
I can't say I've ever trapped.
Can
But
we
my
say this
name,
though real
my
quick?
name isn't Trapper Ross. It's Trapped Law Ross. It's
Yeah, Trap
folklore,
Law.
Yeah.
I know what it
folklore
is.
related to
No,
trap.
I'm just
Trap.
asking.
I know exactly
Yeah, I'm
what it
saying,
is.
have you ever shot at anybody, right? Or been shot
I
at?
can't say I have.
You ever been with a homie that did something like that?
I've met people that have done that kind of thing, but like, but the thing
Met.
is, I gotta remember though, I'm really not trying to glamorize this lifestyle. Like I say at the start of the
you
video,
put the
That's-
work out there,
That's
though,
exactly
bro.
what's going on, though.
That's the work you put out.
but I
though.
think it's
Trap.
someone like Von's music is actually glamorizing. Like he is actually inspiring people
There's a
to.
lot.
There was no single time they dissed Ross that he didn't clap back even harder. Sometimes subtle, sometimes witty, and every time on point. Bro is super smart and clearly knows what he's talking about.
I'm just asking, what makes you qualified to even talk about this shit anyway?
He's
I'm
a historian.
I'm a super. This is the thing I feel like people need to understand is like, at no point do I say that like I'm a trapper or I'm a gangster. I'm a super fan. Like I'm one of the biggest fans of Von that you will find, bro. Like I see people in the comments they're like, oh, I bet you don't even listen to Von like that, bro. All day long, I'm listening to Von, Youngboy, Dirk. Like I am the super fan, and the only reason that I'm able to do it at this level is because I'm such a.
Yo, question though, right? Do we ask like the historians who document in ancient Rome to say, yo, you actually have to be from like ancient Rome to like document the histories and the stories that like, it took place? No, right? We say, yo, these people are historians. Without them, we wouldn't know like what went on in ancient Rome, right? So like
I
he's a
don't believe
historian.
everything that I see, and I love like history
Yeah.
and watching like ancient Egypt and shit like that, Nefertiti and things like that, and them to say that certain things got erased and all this extra. Man, I don't believe 75 to 80% of that shit.
Did though, right?
They got a ground base of it, and the rest of it's all filler.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They got a nice ground base of a few facts, and they start building the house with bull.
That's not what I'm trying to do, though. I'm genuinely trying to deliver the truth, bro. And I feel like if you watch the Von documentary, at no point do I just say, like, I make shit up and I say, like, Von killed 30 people and I'm not going to name any of them. Like, that documentary is like, yo, Von rapped he killed 7 people. He tweeted in 2012 that he killed 5 people. Like, we got his 7 Chicago Tribune articles of real murders that took place. Here's Von 17 minutes after the murder tweeting who died, LOL. Like, again, I'm just saying, like, look, these are the facts. These are all the things that Von said, rapped, tweeted. Here are the Chicago Tribune articles, and you can kind of make your mind up yourself. But like, Von wasn't capping. Von was rapping, I killed 7 people, and I don't think he was capping. And if you think that me as a white guy from England shouldn't be able to talk about this stuff, like, that's fair enough. And you know, I respect your opinion on that. But at the same time, like, I feel like just as a fan, like there's a million people making videos about their favorite rappers, their favorite situations, things in the news. At the same time, it's like you see people on the news reporting on this Israel-Gaza thing, right? It's like that's been big news, whether it's CNN or the BBC. And people don't say like, oh, you know, these reporters they should have to be from Israel or Gaza to like report on this stuff. It's kind of like, I feel like as a reporter, like my loyalty is with the story and to just try and like put the truth out there and to try and do the best research I can. But at the same time, bro, like at no point do I claim to be from the streets, have any affiliation with the streets. And I really don't condone like the gang life.
Understanding. You're just bringing it from just one eyeball, bro. Like just coming in like, oh, I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan of it. So now I'm just going to go grab shit from Google and all the extra shit. I want to hear a real street. 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 I want to do a document, like a really document, like, and not even myself, because I don't do it, but just somebody.
It'll never
They
happen.
won't do it,
It'll
though. They
never
won't do
happen.
it, though.
It'll never happen because any street dude that does anything like that is a snitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it will actually never happen. That's the ironic thing is
So
that, like,
would you consider yourself like the modern day snitch?
I don't think I'm a
not-
snitch because I'm a reporter, bro. I'm like a
But how
journalist, a
would you say
newspaper
if the
reporter.
next, but if the next you already know that he's going to be considered a snitch.
They will consider him
I
a
wouldn't
snitch, though.
consider him a
They would
snitch, but his own community would consider him a snitch. And
So
I would
do you
say
feel
that that's
like
wrong.
But do you feel like they consider you one?
No.
I feel like a lot of people wrongfully consider me a snitch. Like, for example,
why you say no, Flacco?
with the YSL thing.
He's not from the streets, so how can he be a snitch?
And I'm not involved. That's the thing. Like you say, you think I should be on the ground with the people
But why?
speaking to them.
Then why?
But then I am going to
why
be a snitch.
involve yourself in any of it?
Because I'm a fan, because this stuff is on Billboard charts. If this was like some random rapper... Hell no. I want, bro, I
Hey,
was
dog,
devastated.
It's not on
I'm
Billboard
devastated
charts
people
that he
dying.
killed 7 niggas. That is not the title on
The
there.
songs
on
are,
number
though.
15.
His songs
on number
are
15,
dirt.
But I'm just saying, you go more in depth though, Trap Lord. Am I correct, right or wrong?
Well, the thing is, I'm analyzing lyrics on songs that are on Billboard charting albums. So I feel like that's in the public domain. Like, that's in the public space. I'm not reading his journal that he was writing himself. Like, I'm reading the lyrics of his songs that are on Genius.com and on the Billboard charts. So it's like, for me, I feel like it's fair game. Once that mainstream, it's for everyone.
Anyway, Sharp and Hellcat are classic haters. And not for nothing, Sharp is kinda lame because 4 months earlier, he had some words about Trap Lord Ross, but once they were in the room, he didn't bring any of that smoke.
Not a huge fan of Trap Lord Ross. Just don't like it. Some of this culture irritates me.
I don't f- with that because I feel like Trap Lord Ross is just another fan watching from behind the scenes, and he took something and he capitalized off of it. I'm not with, especially something that ain't got nothing to do with him.
Yo, you not
That
even
nigga ain't
from
never
here.
even been. He ain't never even been through even a piece of that shit.
Gang, they gangsters over there. Why don't he put them over there? Them be street
Trap
over
Lord
there.
Ross, man. Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. Shame on you.
My expert opinion, May 2024. It's okay to have a different opinion. No one's disputing that. That's what my expert opinion is all about. However, there was definitely a bias coming from Mech Rashawn, aka Mr. Mech. It started right off the jump. Even before the conversation was pretty cordial at the start, and Adam was catching more heat than Ross. But that changed quickly as they began to talk about real gangsters compared to gangbangers, and these younger cats airing out their business on social media. At this point, they were about halfway through the interview, and for the most part, it was a really good debate. Math Hoffa was leading the debate, and Adam was backing up Trap Lord Ross. But it didn't take long for Mr. Mech to step up and press the YouTuber. Someone said in the comments, "Can someone please remind Mech that shutting the up is always an option?" Weird how Mech had this energy with Trap Lord Ross, but said nothing to Boosie when he was on the show. Bimmy was there too, but they never brought up the violent death he brought to the community. They even laughed when Bimmy talked about spitting on the woman. But back to Trap Lord Ross. He stood on his beliefs and came with guests that were on the opposing side of Trap Lord Ross have never really watched a full video. History needs to be written by someone, and in this day and age, a lot of that will come in the form of YouTube videos. The interview with Math Hoffa on MEO was actually a great debate, and both sides had valid points at times. But it seems the disconnect always circles back to black and white. Is Trap Lord Ross all cap? A lot of people who were much closer to the situation are still giving mixed messages, so we still have no definite answer.
And all these people who think they know about all this don't know what the they talking. If you wasn't a part of this realm, you just like the YouTube. All these motherfuckers be talking people now, you don't know what the happened, bro. You wouldn't right there. You think you know who shot who. You don't know who the shot who.
Yeah, I have no idea, man. It's
Like,
a
bro,
white kid that's doing all this too, who clearly was not in the,
Right, bro,
in the
like-
circle at all. Yeah, I don't know. I would
Watching
never,
this shit on YouTube.
I would
like,
never do no shit like that. I would never create a documentary.
I be looking at shit on YouTube like, bro, y'all totally wrong.
Right.
Like, y'all you guessing. And only people know is those people who were
there. Yeah.
Actually involved. Them the only people know.
Right.
You know, they got a few other people know. You get when it happen, like it be girlfriends know who house you.
Did you watch that documentary?
Yeah. And I love Trap Lord Ross. Shout out to him. Everybody be hating on Trap Lord and shit. They hate on the Europeans because they report about it. Bro, all you gotta do is do like they doing, put pictures together and talk. Like people act like they can't do it, but Yeah, Trap Lord Ross, like, I don't know about all the bodies that he is, but Von claimed most of them are bodies that Trap Lord Ross said. He claimed majority of them, man. Like, Trap Lord Ross hit it on the head, bro. He had that. He did that one. I ain't gonna...
See the King Von documentary?
I watched bits and pieces.
Do you feel like it captured the character of who he was? Existence at a certain
Von
point?
was one of the most loving people you could ever meet. I give the way that I give today because this dude, when we was shorties, he used to have girls come to the block. He didn't smoke. He had people come to the block, dropping off this just to give it to the guys. Y'all saw what he got when he got that check. He went straight to the block and dispersed that. He was one of the most loving people I ever met in my life.
He is a serial killer, and he was a demon in human form.
Bro, he was dead, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on feet by himself.
And Von gave me a lot of passes. He could have killed me a couple times over there on that side.
I know if it can happen to bro, it can happen to anybody because Von was different. Like, when shit happened to Von, ain't nothing happening to Von.
But I was happy as hell when I found out Von was dead. Cooked for the whole day.
When you heard that Von got killed, how'd you feel?
I was relieved for the community, man. Cause he was over there torturing them guys, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Something was wrong with him. That's not human, man. You're not regular, man. The devil, man. That's the devil, man.
How are you rich and you're robbing people? You robbing producers. You robbing rappers. You got money.
I done been shot twice. A lot of our guys done been shot. Everybody ain't shooting Von.
How you feel about Trap Lord Ross? Yeah, he's great.
Heavy.
I seen
like
Sharp
him.
trashing him the other day. I was kind of surprised.
I don't know nothing about that situation. A lot of people feel a certain type of way. I feel like if there was YouTube awards, he definitely deserves one.
Right.
For the way the King Von documentary came out. A lot of people just bullshit themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you talked about killing multiple people, you're tied into multiple murders, you're every bit of a killer, beat a body, this and that. The biggest thing about your image was the fact that you were killing people, and then someone else is gonna be like, no, he wasn't a killer. He was a good kid. When the did he ever talk about playing football?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that was his image.
Yeah.
So to say it wasn't is a discredit to everything he lived and died for. That's what he wanted to be, a demon.
Yeah.
That's what he was. That's what.
We may never know the real answer, but we're definitely closer to the truth. Trap Lord Ross came through with a piece of history that will forever be stamped in time. The documentary has sparked a lot of conversations, and people will ultimately have to choose a side. Like King Von, there will truly be no conclusion to this debate either. It's our right to be able to create videos about things we're passionate about, and it's also our right to decide if we want to watch those videos. So we leave it to you guys. What do you think about Trap Lord Ross? Is he a hero or a villain in hip-hop culture? Leave a comment below and let us know your side. Make sure to check out these other videos and help us out by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. We have new content coming every week, so hit that bell to get notified. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.